I'm a senior technical writer.
I'm a technical writer.
Staff technical writer.
I work at Cockroach Labs as a curriculum developer.
I'm the VP of Education here at Cockroach Labs.
Hi, I'm Ryan. I'm a technical writer at Cockroach Labs.
I lead the team of technical writers creating our documentation and trainers creating our self-paced online training courses on Cockroach University.
I came to this role through a roundabout route. I spent my 20s measuring gravity, got a PhD in physics. After finishing school, my first job was teaching high school for a few years before jumping into tech, where I bounced around for a bit before I found my calling as a curriculum developer.
I got my start after graduate school. I studied art and I had no formal training in any kind of software engineering or programming or anything like that. I did have a previous career in editorial as a video game journalist. One thing that's really surprised me about technical writing is how much technical learning you do in the process of writing, which I think is actually a really pleasurable way to get to know your material.
When I graduated college, I went into software engineering, and I did that for a few years, about 6 years. But as I went along, I discovered that I really wanted more sense of connection with the people who were using what I did or working with me. As time went on, I got more into the curriculum development side, which is developing the actual materials that would be used to teach. Right now I do mostly videos, teaching videos.
So my first job out of college was as an electronics engineer, and part of the job was creating data sheets for the electronic circuits we were designing, and I realized that I liked the writing part more than the designing the circuits part. So I quit the job after a year and switched careers to become a tech writer.
Not really, but I think writing and being able to explain complex topics in an accessible way is a skill that everybody should have.
I didn't know anything about technical writing or documentation or training before I started that first position, so I didn't see myself doing technical writing exactly. I didn't see myself doing anything in particular I didn't know. I studied literature, and so I felt like I was a versatile reader and writer and critical thinker, and I was open to all kinds of possible avenues.
I actually studied economics. So I didn't really see myself becoming a full-time technical writer during school, but I had some amazing mentors and colleagues around me as an intern, and that enabled me to grow into the role and to become a much better writer.
Never really thought of myself as somebody who would end up doing tech writing, but it just, I had done some programming as a hobby for a little while, and I had some writing experience. It seemed like a good fit, so I gave it a try.
I think I'm good at this job because I love figuring out how things work, and I also enjoy creating content, and tech writing is the perfect mashup of the two.
Once you've learned enough to teach it, you get to build a story about the future, a story you can tell the students. Why should they care about it? What can they do with it? You want to show them that this piece of knowledge is a new superpower that they've never had before.
Well, firstly, I enjoy writing. But secondly, I really enjoy working with people with different skill sets. So on a given day, I work with product managers, UX designers, software engineers, and other tech writers. And as much as I love collaborating with other people, I also really enjoy what we call heads down work, which means just getting in the zone and writing a document.
As an undergrad, I loved logic. I took philosophical logic in place of math. And as I mentioned before, I also studied literature and poetry in general. And so I think the combination of the logical, analytical aspect of myself and the focus on detail and language and concision and precision from poetry, I think came together in a way that has really benefited me in documentation.
A diverse writing team fosters an inclusive readership. I strongly believe that technology by itself is not neutral. It has the characteristics of its human creators. So to make sure that the technology we create and write about is accessible and relatable and can reach as many people as possible, we need a diverse set of creators.
Diversity within technology is important because we're trying to develop a product that we want everybody to use. So if we want everybody to use it, we need to make sure everybody is represented and has a role and a voice in developing our product.
If I'm telling a story and everyone in the room likes it, but they're all really similar to me, well, I might have a great story, or I might have a story that only appeals to people like me.
Diversity of background and identity and experience are critical for our education team. They're important for the company as a whole. Empathy is at the heart of what we're doing. And so having a team that can listen to each other, that can bring diversity of perspective and experience can cause our collective understanding and empathy to broaden and become more nuanced and more generally supportive of the users and customers for which we're doing our work.